Right now, October is shaping itself into a month of changes you may not have anticipated. Some doors in your life will close quietly, as if they were never meant to stay open forever. Others may slam shut with force, leaving you startled, questioning, and even resisting. But here's the deeper truth. Each ending you face is not a punishment. It is already pointing you towards something greater, something that has been waiting to enter. What makes this month stand apart from the others is the pace at which growth unfolds. It's accelerated, sometimes arriving suddenly, and often wrapped in discomfort. But that very discomfort is not proof that you are lost. It's evidence that you are moving. And if this message has reached you today, it is no accident. You are not behind. You are standing exactly at the threshold where your shift begins. Think of October as life pressing the reset button. Have you ever wondered why some months carry more weight than others? It's not always about the deadlines on your calendar or the tasks piling up at work. Sometimes the season itself holds a certain gravity. It tugs at your awareness, urging you to notice changes both inside and outside of yourself. October belongs to that category. It's the month that nudges you to recognize what is quietly fading and what is just starting to sprout, even before you feel fully ready to make peace with it. Look around and notice. The air sharpens. The days grow shorter. Suddenly, the environment itself feels different. Nature begins pulling back, letting go of what no longer serves its cycle. Trees shed their leaves not because they are dying, but because they are creating space for what will come next. That rhythm is more than beautiful. It's instructional. Change isn't always about loss. It's about preparation, about making room, about aligning with a new stage that will unfold in its own time. And here's where October's contrast becomes powerful. For some, this season feels heavy. The nights stretch longer, the mornings feel foggy, and there's an almost tangible sense of time racing toward the year's end. For others, though, these same days feel grounding. The cool air feels crisp and steady. The dark evenings bring quiet clarity, and the soil beneath holds seeds of new beginnings waiting patiently beneath the surface. Two people can step into the same October morning and see entirely different things. One perceives an ending, the other sees renewal. That is the duality of October. It presents both closure and rebirth at once. Watch the leaves fall, and you will notice how naturally it mirrors the relationships that drift apart, the careers you've outgrown, or the habits you finally release because they no longer fit who you are. There's beauty in this shedding. It's not forced. It's natural, showing you how to let go gracefully when a chapter has run its course. This isn't just poetic. It's practical. Science even supports it. Studies on seasonal transitions show that environmental cues have measurable effects on your mood and behavior. As the days shorten, your body naturally produces more melatonin. That means deeper rest, but it also explains why energy feels slower. Yet, instead of seeing this as a drain, it can serve as a sharpening tool for reflection. This slowdown pushes you to review your choices, your patterns, and your routines with more awareness than usual. In other words, October literally syncs your biology with a cycle of adjustment. You are wired to reassess, to reset, to recalibrate. Now let's step into the symbolism of this season. Historically, October has been tied to harvest cycles. Communities would gather the fruits of what they had been tending all year, separate what was useful, and store it for the future. Anything that no longer held value was cleared away, making room for what truly mattered. That symbolism is alive in your life as well. You harvest the lessons, the growth, the wisdom from the months behind you. At the same time, you prepare for the next stage by cutting away what is no longer aligned. That pruning isn't loss, it's clarity. You can see this play out in everyday life. Think about how often people move into new homes, begin new jobs, or shift relationships during this season. Leases end, companies restructure, projects wrap up, even connections with people shift. Some deepen while others dissolve. This timing is rarely random. It mirrors the natural cycles of reflection and reset that October stirs within us. The external world becomes a mirror of your internal state. Trees, routines, even the shifting light all echo the way you're letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you and opening space for new ones. October, then, is more than just another page on the calendar. It's a call to pay attention. It pushes you to ask, what am I still clinging to that no longer belongs in my life? And what am I being invited to make space for? This is why October feels like a natural reset button. It urges you to ground yourself, to line up your inner state with the rhythms unfolding all around you. But if October is accelerating change, how do you work with it instead of resisting? The first step is recognizing the signs of sudden shifts. Sometimes, all it takes is one phone call, one email, one unexpected meeting to flip your entire trajectory. Change rarely knocks politely. It slips in through small cracks, shifting everything before you've had time to prepare. This is the unique energy of October. It speeds things up. What has been waiting in the background suddenly takes center stage. The challenge is that most people expect signs to arrive dramatically, like fireworks in the sky. But October's signals are subtler. They whisper through your restlessness when your daily routine feels suffocating. They murmur through an unexpected message that opens an opportunity you never sought. They show up in conversations that repeat the same theme until you finally pay attention. The signs are there, but if you're waiting for a grand announcement, you risk missing the gentle nudges already guiding you forward. Take a closer look at how this plays out. Someone loses their job unexpectedly. Panic surges. But within days, a freelance opportunity appears. Work that aligns more closely with their passions. Or a relationship ends, leaving heartbreak behind. Yet, in that silence, a new clarity about personal purpose rises stronger than ever before. These shifts rarely look like blessings at first glance, but they are the precise catalysts that create space for alignment. And here lies the difference: how you respond. Resistance magnifies pain. When you cling to the way things used to be, every shift feels like an attack. You convince yourself that life should have gone differently, and that tension multiplies your suffering. Acceptance, however, is not passive. It's a conscious act of making space. It allows events to unfold so that new doors can open. Life fills open spaces faster than you expect, but only if you stop blocking them with resistance. Think of change like a system. Every challenge is input. You don't always get to choose it, but you do choose how to process it. Process it as chaos, and the output will be confusion and fear. Process it as a signal, as a course correction from a larger timing at work, and the output becomes clarity, resilience, and direction. Even science confirms this. When people face unexpected disruptions, the brain lights up in areas tied to adaptability. Change itself creates new neural pathways, but only if you lean in instead of shutting down. That's why some people emerge from sudden shifts stronger, while others crumble. It's not luck, it's perspective. This is the pivot point October brings. Two people can experience the same storm. One feels lost in chaos. The other sees divine timing at play. What separates them is not circumstance, it's interpretation. The moment you decide nothing is random, you transform disorder into alignment. Think about your own life. Haven't you already had moments where uncertainty cracked something open? Times when you thought an ending was destruction, but it was actually the start of something greater? That uneasy moment wasn't chaos. It was the first sign of alignment knocking. So how do you move from noticing these signs to actively working with October's accelerated flow? By choosing alignment. Instead of seeing October as something happening to you, see it as something happening through you. That small shift in perspective changes everything. Suddenly, you're not just bracing against endings, you're participating in the renewal they bring. Imagine October as a systems check, like the updates your devices run to keep functioning smoothly. Every so often, you need to clear space, restart, and remove what no longer fits. Life is no different. This season is your natural update cycle. The endings you face are not failures. They're outdated files that don't belong in the new system you're building. The key is acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means presence. It's the choice to stop wishing things had gone differently and to ask instead, this is here. What now? That single shift redirects energy away from regret and into curiosity. From there, you anchor yourself with small actions. Journaling opens your awareness. Daily intentions train your focus. A few minutes of stillness anchor you when uncertainty pulls at your nerves. Each action keeps you in alignment. Think of it like input, process, and output. The input is what ends. The process is how you meet it, with presence, intention, awareness. The output is clarity, resilience, and breakthrough. Skip the process and the system malfunctions. Lean into it and transformation flows smoother than you thought possible. Here's an example. Someone feels pushed out of a career they thought would define their life. Fear rushes in. Resistance drains them. But once they surrender, space opens. A contact reaches out with a project. That project sparks creativity. Suddenly, they see a new path. The external event didn't create the breakthrough. Their alignment did. That's the heart of October's lesson. When your inner state aligns, the outer changes don't feel like storms. They feel like stepping stones. Instead of chaos, you see rhythm. Instead of endings, you see reconfiguration. And instead of being dragged, you learn to walk with life's timing. By making this conscious shift, you stop being a passenger to October's energy. You become a co-creator in shaping what comes next. Transformation stops being something that happens to you. It becomes something you actively participate in, simply by choosing the state from which you live. And if you've stayed with this message to the very end, there's something important to recognize. The very fact that this found you now is a signal in itself. The shifts are not waiting for you in some distant future. They've already started. October is already moving through you. The changes you sense are proof that new beginnings are unfolding step by step. So instead of asking, why did this ending happen? Ask instead, what space is it creating? Notice the chapters closing, not as barriers, but as guidance. October's energy isn't testing you. It's partnering with you. Your role is simple. Walk with it. Trust its timing. Let it carry you forward.